Welcome to another show of Celebrate Life. My name is Gary Carolis, and I'm your host. This program highlights the amazing stories of Vermonters for our audience to share and appreciate. We strongly believe that everyone has a story to tell, and every story is worth celebrating. If you know someone interested in wanting to be on the show, please write me at celebratelife0747@gmail.com. I'm excited to have our guest for today, Diane Chandler. Welcome, Diane.
Hi, Gary.
How are you?
Thanks for having me. Thank you. I'm good.
Good. So let's start to celebrate this wonderful life of yours. Where were you born? Where did it all start?
Well, I was born in Indiana.
Okay.
Which I don't remember because I was too
Who
little.
does?
Right, exactly. So that was that.
Okay.
My parents moved around a bunch and ended up in Minnesota, which is where I grew up.
Okay. What did Mom and Dad do for work?
My dad was an electrician, electrical engineer, and my mom was a preschool teacher.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was life like as a little girl in Minnesota?
Well, I spent a lot of time outside with my friends, running, just doing. We did everything. We were outside playing from the minute we got off the school bus until we got called into dinner, and then we'd go back out after dinner if we could.
Oh, that's great.
So a lot of just moving. I was a mover. I moved as much as I could.
Was it farmland, city? Where
Western suburbs of Minneapolis.
Okay.
So kind of rural, open space around us, a development, but we were the first house on our street, so lots of open space to play in, woods and a pond and nice ice in the winter for hockey, that sort of thing. So, yeah.
Did you ice skate?
Of course.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And what kind of things did you do when you were out and about running around as a little girl? The funny story is I used to spend a lot of time in a tree in my yard. I loved to climb trees, and I had this favorite tree because it was on the edge of the woods, hung out over the yard. I used to take my lunch up there. Wow.
But one day I came home from school and my dad had cut the branch off that I liked to sit on.
No!
It was in his way when he was mowing. And I was like, oh, shoot, well, there goes that. But I'd like to spend time just wandering the woods, playing in the woods, building forts. We'd play kickball, kick the can, whatever sport was available at the time.
Yeah.
Just moving and
that's wonderful.
enjoying each other that way.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
What kind of tree was that? Do you remember?
I have no idea.
What was school like as a little girl? What kind of school did you go to?
I went to public school. I went to I went to kindergarten in one school and 1st through 6th in the other school. School was, I was a good student, as in I sat and listened well. I struggled a bit with some things.
Yeah.
I was not a reader as a child, and so that was really, really hard.
Yes.
Which has been something I've been learning to rectify as an adult.
Yep.
It's a process.
Yep.
But yes, I got caught finally. When you can fake it only so long, and finally they say, well, write this report or whatever, and I had nothing to write. There was nothing there. I just hadn't read the book, didn't like the series. I wasn't going to read the book, no matter what you said. And there were no options back then.
Right.
There was an audio book.
Right.
There were very few tapes, that sort of thing. So, so that was a bit of a struggle. But
go on.
no, that's okay.
No, so it goes back to that part of you that says, I'm a mover.
Yeah.
Rather than
than sit still in class.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Which seems to be kind of a thing. There are those of us who just sitting still in class is just uncomfortable.
Yeah. Or did you participate in sports or anything when you were young like that? After school types? Yeah.
Yep. I think my first sport was probably ballet. and then gymnastics, and then I ran.
You ran?
I ran. I ran track, I ran cross country, I ran indoor track, I ran summer track. I ran a lot.
Wow, yes.
And then I did all the sports. Like
Yeah.
that was back when you could do the short seasons of sports. So I
Yes.
did volleyball, I did softball, I did hockey, I did gymnastics, I did track, I did cross
Wow.
country, just because it was all there and all available.
That's fantastic.
So yeah.
I mean, you think of a generation before you, Diane, none of those sports were available
right,
to women.
Right, because I was at the beginning of the Title IX.
Right.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm very appreciative of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Although my mother did play basketball
She did.
as a high school and a college student.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah, there was some going on, even though it
Right.
wasn't universally accepted.
And wasn't it like half court that women?
I think they did then. Yeah.
Yeah. We've come a long way from that.
Right. Our bodies couldn't handle it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys, as a family, do you have brothers and sisters, by the
I
way?
have two brothers.
Two brothers. Okay.
One older and one younger.
Okay. Did you go on vacations as a family?
We traveled quite a bit as a family. We did what would be called a road trip now. It was camping then.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So you'd hop in the car and we'd all drive to. My parents like to go everywhere. We went to the Ozarks. We came out here a lot because my grandparents were in New Hampshire. So we drove to New Hampshire every year. We drove to Florida every year. That's where my other grandparents were.
Wow.
So and we drove everywhere.
Wow.
So we went to Colorado. We went to the Badlands. We went to just everywhere.
Wow.
Yeah, they planned a lot of trips for
That
us.
sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
How did those trips inform your adult life?
I feel like it gave me a kind of broad look at how people are more similar than different, which I really appreciate. No matter where we went, people are really nice to us and kind and accepting. And like you go into a campground and you make a whole new family.
Right.
And you spend a few
right.
days there, and those would be all your new friends and family. So
Yeah.
that was big.
Yeah. There's something about that when you're out traveling and you go to campsites that everyone is so friendly and nice. I don't know.
Well, you're all in the same situation, right? Yeah.
All the way from home and all that. Wish we had more of that in regular life here. Somehow it just, that's wonderful.
Well, I've always thought it would be interesting to be able to pick up and move. But we never do it. Like just pick everything up and go just to see what the other thing is like, the other
Right.
place.
Right.
Try that place out,
Right.
move on to the next
Move on.
place. But
We get sedentary.
we get stuck.
Yeah.
And money seems to be an important factor in that. So it sort of
This is true.
guides us where we need to be going. So
This is true.
yeah, that's been challenging.
Any other thoughts about grammar school and your experiences during that time? You have a special teacher that really...
I had a couple teachers in junior high that really helped me out. So if we cut to the end of the story,
Okay.
just for a second, because I was a swim teacher for so many years and an adaptive swim teacher. If we swing back now to junior high, that's kind of where I got my beginning in both of those areas of interest. So one was my cross-country running coach in junior high came to me and he said, "Hey, you interested in teaching swimming?" Because he was in charge of the pool. And I was like, "Teaching swimming? What would that be like?" And he goes, "Well, you get in, you do these things, blah, 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 and that you teach these kids how to swim."
Right.
And it would be, this many hours, this many, just Saturdays or whatever it was, I think.
Yeah.
And he said, "I think you'd be great at it." And I was like,
Interesting.
you think I'd be great at that? Okay, so let's give it a try, right?
Right.
I knew how to swim.
Yeah.
I'd taken swimming lessons myself. And here's the funny part of the whole story. I've never swum competitively.
No way. Is that right?
I know, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that was one. And the other one in junior high was one of my PE teachers, when I was talking about going to college, I had gone back to visit her and I said, I'm thinking of this and this. And she said, "Oh, you definitely need to do PE. It's just the right area of study for what you want to be doing in the end. It might be a little off what you're thinking because I already had the adaptive slant to what I wanted to be doing.
Right.
And she was like, but if you have all these skills that they're going to teach you in PE school, you can do anything with them. So I took that and then just kept pursuing everything I could pursue as far as movement goes, like how to move, how to fix a movement, how to see the movement in action, how to convey that movement to people so that they can do it.
And that, especially with working with kids with special needs that I know you've done, helping them understand, how to move your arm this way and having the patience to work through that with them, that's quite a gift that you have around all that.
Thank you. Part of it is just developing the skill base. So I had the PE background. When I got here and started teaching, I was a coach for the swim team at the Y, and I took coaches' trainings. So my swim technique knowledge went even past my PE knowledge.
Wow.
Like it went into more detail than anybody wants to know about swimming because it's so minutely detailed. But like you said, the more you know, the easier it is to convey that to folks and to say it 100 different ways to get the same outcome. Because when I say it one time, you might not hear it or understand it. But if I say it another way, it makes complete sense to you. So I have to be able to adjust and do all the changes to make it come out right in the end.
For the audience's sake, Diane was a swim teacher for my daughter for a good chunk of time, and she's a proficient swimmer, Emily, and she gives you totally credit for that.
That's her.
She loves the water.
Yes. Although, there are bumps in the road, and there were times when she didn't want to or didn't think she could do some things. And that's where the other set of challenges comes in is how do I change the situation so that she's more comfortable and will know that she can do that thing. Like when we moved from the old Y to the new Y, that was big and troubling because we used to swim in the lap pool where we could touch the whole way. And now we were swimming in a lap pool where the deep end dropped off. That was really tricky.
Interesting.
So to have to remind her that she knew how to swim in deep water, we'd done that before, but to do it in a fun way so that it wasn't pushing her out of her comfort zone, but getting her to move forward.
And it happened.
It happened.
There's an art form that you have around all this, having done it for so many years, I think, that you can tell. I mean,
it's the art and the science of swimming.
Exactly.
They are two parts of it.
Exactly.
And I use that with everybody. Anybody that I've taught swimming, and I've taught all ages, babies on up, all abilities, kids that were training for Junior Olympics, everybody in between. So it's just been, and everybody just wants to feel comfortable in what they're doing. And so getting to that point is the challenge with swimming.
Wow. Very interesting. And you never swam competitively?
Never.
It's amazing. So when you were a phys ed major in college, did you play sports in college?
I ran cross country and track.
Okay.
I had a serious knee injury at the time, so.
Oh.
And I wasn't ready to get it dealt with, so I just kept running.
Wow.
Yeah, it was in hindsight a bad idea.
Well, and that could have jeopardized your whole PE career in some ways, no?
It could have.
Yeah.
It didn't.
It didn't. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So back to high school for a second or two. Was there anything that stood out in those years for you?
High school's
It's tough years.
unnecessary.
Why so?
It it wasn't my favorite school setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so where did you go to school? College?
I went to the University of Wisconsin at La Crosse.
Okay.
They have a really strong PE program, so that's why I went there.
Yeah. A big school.
It's not huge.
It's not huge?
No.
University of Wisconsin? Okay.
No, because it's La Crosse. It's not Milwaukee. It's not Madison.
Okay.
It's one of the others.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It's the same system,
Okay, gotcha.
but a smaller school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And in your work there, or your schooling there, was there anything that you concentrated on that the lights turned on for you special?
Well, so I was in the regular PE program, and so I had to do all the sports. So I got to do wrestling, I got to do football,
Really?
I got to do modern dance, square dance, ethnic dance. I mean, just all the different things that I hadn't even tried before. Field hockey, tennis.
Wow. It exposes
Badminton.
you to all that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you learn to do all those things and then to teach all those things. And then I took a concentration, which is like a minor, in adaptive physical education. So I learned how to work with people with disability.
Wow.
The funny thing, though, is that the program that I was in actually taught me kind of backwards the way I wanted to be. You know, like I did the program and I was like, okay, great, I get the skills, but I don't like the setting. I don't like, it was very clinical, and I don't know if that was because it was through the school.
Yeah.
We brought people in and taught them in the gym, and there was never any other sports except playing in the gym, and there was never any aquatics.
Interesting.
That was the funny thing. So I took the aquatics and just ran.
Wow.
Because at the same time I took lifeguarding, I took WSI in college, and I started to work at the Y when I was still in, I worked at the Y while I was in high school, and then again when I was in college.
Wow.
So that kind of shot me off in that direction of
Right.
swimming's the thing,
Right.
and adaptive is really where my heart was.
Yes. Why? What about working with people with special needs was attractive to you?
So I love the honesty. I never have to guess.
Yes.
And I love the challenge.
Interesting. Yep.
That whatever the special need is, and what I say, when you're in the water, everyone has a special need, because for a lot of people it's fear, it's face wet, it's, you know, it can be every
temperature.
It's exactly. So there's always a special need. So how do I work through that with you?
Interesting.
And I just love that kind of challenge.
Wow, that's wonderful. And it'll always present you a challenge too.
It always will. So the other thing I say sometimes about swimming is, this person comes in for a lesson this day and they're this person.
Yeah.
But next week they're this other person.
Yes. Yes. Right.
Because we all have lives.
Life's
Things
changing.
affect us.
Sure.
We have moods. Sometimes things are happy and sometimes they're not.
Yep.
And that's part of the whole puzzle, and I just love that.
Yeah. So we're going to save this for the end.
Okay.
But I'm interested in, now you're retired, that part of you that loves that challenge with people. How do you keep that alive at this point in life? Because those are important. That's your marker. That's who you are. Yeah.
Yes, that's a challenge.
Yeah.
This has been an interesting transition for me.
Yeah.
As you know from the letter I wrote, part of the reason I was retiring was for health. So I'm learning to be patient with myself.
Oh, good.
Where I've been patient
All
with other
those
people
lessons.
all these years. Now I'm learning to be patient with myself.
That's a good thing.
And to rebuild some things and to get to the place where I can move forward. So that's part of what keeps my brain going, is like, how can I do this for me now?
Right. Yep. That makes sense. Okay.
And then finding other outlets.
Yeah.
You know, I'm slowly finding things to do.
I
Be meaningful.
I recommend to people when they do move to retirement that they give themselves a good year to really get a sense of it all, at least. I mean, Yeah, I mean, some people want the answers real quick, and that's not going to probably happen. And if you do something that fast, you might do the wrong thing for what you need.
Perhaps, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm allowing myself to say no.
Oh, that's good.
And to take time. My favorite days are when I wake up and I say, what's going to happen today? And then I just kind of let it flow.
Yeah.
And it takes me where it takes me, and
exactly.
That's
great.
That's just the journey of the day.
That's exactly the journey of the day. I like that. All right, let's go back to, so you graduated college. You're in Wisconsin for school, but were you still in Minnesota as where you lived?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I lived in a little town called Red Wing, where they made the boots.
Yeah.
I don't know if they still make them there or not.
I think they do.
But that's their claim to fame. Yeah, I lived in Red Wing, and I worked at a group home for people with disability. It was an interesting setup, especially thinking about the long-term living situations of people around here right now. It was housing pods, so everyone had a single or a double bedroom off of a living room, kitchen area.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was your family. And then there were like 5 pods. And so all those people would come to me for activities. And I had a gym and outdoor space and the town. And we'd just do activities.
Wow.
We'd go to the ice capades, or we'd go to the library and read a book.
Wow.
I mean, it could be literally everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. You enjoyed that?
Yes, very much. Yes.
And then what happened? What happened after that?
Then my husband, his contract ended. He was a school teacher, and he had a 1-year contract in Red Wing. And so we decided to move. And we decided to go on vacation. We went on vacation. We drove out here. We had about 5 places we were going to look at to see if we liked, to see if we'd be curious about living. And people had said, Burlington's a pretty cool place. You might want to look at that. So because of all the feedback we had gotten, we went to Burlington first. We never went to the other places.
You fell in love with Burlington.
We just came to Burlington, and we were like, this is where we want to be.
Interesting.
And we found a place to live. And we went home, we got our stuff, and came back.
Wow.
We had no jobs. We just came.
You fell in love with Burlington.
We just
When you
liked it.
came, was there something that you saw or did that really this is where we got to be?
We were looking for something that was very similar to Minnesota. So we wanted winter. We wanted lots of outdoor open space. We wanted a university town. We wanted a big lake.
Yeah.
Big water.
Yeah.
But not an ocean.
Right.
So those things, they all were ticked off when we came. Yep.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was just, we also, this was stupid, but we came in October.
Oh.
And it was gorgeous. So who's not going to love Vermont in October when it's sunny? And it was.
Oh, that's
So,
great.
yeah.
That's a great story. And did your husband get a job here as a teacher?
He did. He did.
Fantastic.
So within a year, I was working at the Y, and he was working with Burlington Schools.
Oh, wonderful.
And that's where we both retired from.
Wonderful. Jeez,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
What kind of teacher is your husband? Did he?
He was a middle school teacher for a long time. He taught 6th grade last for several years. And right now he's working at UVM full-time as a teacher of teachers.
Wow.
Yep.
A nice way to transfer that knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which I could see you doing too.
Well, which is what I was doing at the end of my work at the Y. I was teaching the teachers. I was running workshops, and
Boy,
we were working through some
how nice. That's
skills for teaching.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of writing a book?
Well, let's go back to how we started. So
Okay.
no.
All right. So you moved to Burlington, you settled in. Sounds like you got a home, and you were working at the Y. How many years did you work at the Y?
I started in '87.
Wow, okay.
And as one of my swimmers said at the retirement party, he goes, 1987? It's a little kid. He doesn't know. Yes, 1987.
Wow.
Long ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any special moments stand out for you about your work at the Y?
So working at the Y for me worked really well because it was super flexible. As my life changed, my job could change.
Mm-hmm.
When I first started working, I was the assistant aquatic director, so I worked full time. And then when our first child was born, I was like, that's not going to work for me.
Mm-hmm.
So my job just morphed, and I did other things. And over the years, put on lots of different hats.
Wow.
All in aquatics, but
wow.
Yeah.
You know, a wonderful employer is one that gives their employees flexibility like that. And in the end, they got an employee for 30-some years because of that.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
The other thing about working at the Y is because it has a mission.
Mm-hmm.
And I strongly believe in the mission that is written for the Y.
Yeah.
That really helped me feel comfortable all the time with what I was doing.
And that mission is basically, we're open to everyone.
Yep.
Age-wise, ethnic backgrounds, racial backgrounds, economics, which is, that's beautiful. That's great. Tell me about your children.
They are all grown up.
Yeah, that happens. Sometimes too quick.
They're great. One lives in Minnesota.
Oh, really?
One lives in Vermont. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Any of them follow your swimming teaching background?
Actually, my daughter teaches swim lessons way better than I do.
No kidding.
Yeah.
She's
pretty spectacular.
That's quite a statement.
Yeah.
Way better than you.
She's so creative and so kind and just,
Is this the one in Minnesota?
Minnesota.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And is she a PE?
No. She just does it on the side for fun.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah. And the one in Vermont, what is she doing?
My son is in Vermont, and he's a state trooper.
Oh, wow. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's the one out on the highway helping you all out of the ditch.
Yeah. Monday was quite a day for him,
I'm sure.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So anything that we haven't touched on your life that you want to share at this point? We talked about your career, a little bit about your children, your family, growing up. We covered most, okay? Yeah. Any pearls of wisdom that you would like to share with the audience from your life experience?
I think the thing I take away from all my years of work is that everybody has something to teach others. I worked with some people who had extreme needs. I worked with several people who, over the years, who were nonverbal, but they all could teach me something.
Interesting.
And so to be able to look at people and see them as people and as having importance and as being able to give you something is really that message.
What a gift for the person that you learn from, that someone is interested in them enough to learn from them, no matter what level of disability. That's quite a gift that you gave them and they gave you.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Wow. Does any one of those students stand out for you as that you learned something that everyone else, a lot of the world had turned off to?
There are too many. There are so many. You know, like to take a person who is attracted to water, but can't swim. That's a real area of concern in aquatics.
Yes.
And get him to the point where he would trust me and relax in the water and take off and swim on his own. You know, just that. It was a reciprocal project. You know, I couldn't do it without his help, and he couldn't do it without my help.
Right.
And so we had to do the give and take on a daily basis until we got there, and off he went. And then to watch his mom sitting on the pool deck,
yeah,
the big grin as he takes off, you know, and not panicking that he's going to go down. I mean, those are the gifts that I got every day.
Wow.
Every day somebody would do something similar.
Wow. You're a remarkable person, Diane.
I was just part of it. I was just there. You know, I'm very fortunate that I was there.
Yeah, yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being a guest on the show. It's
You're
been an
welcome.
honor to have you
Thank
here
you for having me.
and share your life. Thank you.